What is good, YouTube? What is good? Welcome into another show, Last Word Productions, episode 29 or 28, I believe, whichever one it is for the show. And listen, if you're not already tuning in to the show, if you're not already following the show on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, however you see the show, access us, please be sure to do so. And please be sure to drop likes, comments, engagements really help the channel out, man. And for yet another week, another Fins loss, I'm here with my main man, Larry. Larry says what's up to the people, bro.
What's good, fans? What's good, NFL fans? What's good, sports fans? What they doing?
Yep. Yeah, to say the least, man, it's a train wreck right now, to say the least. I mean, we can say much harsher things, but I'm not trying to get flagged. You feel me? We're gonna try to keep the provocative language and the swearing down, but it's hard, man. It really is. So, Larry, I'm gonna start with you, my brother. I know you said you had a lot you wanted to say. So go ahead. What are your initial thoughts now that you know is out the way, the game is over, you had the day to kind of simmer down? What is your thoughts now?
There needs to be either a collective team meeting and a separate player meeting, and where people are just sitting down, hunkering down, and saying like, "Yo, we need to tighten up," or there needs to be a complete and utter overhaul of this entire organization. Because how it's been looking for the past 3 to 4 years is looking like we're going to come out here with the same formula, and if we get stopped, we're just going to take our ass whooping. And that's not NFL football. And as, last word, as my boy T heard me yesterday, because we was talking to each other the whole time throughout the course of the second quarter going into the fourth. I'm talking very light and very PG from how I was reacting yesterday. This
Right.
is a complete, utter shit show. I'm sorry.
That's all.
And it's come to the point where teams know every single formation, play, motion. We're running tosses that's being unsuccessful. Even more negative yards are being accumulated than being a positive run, and we still come out and run it the next drive. Devon A-Chain had 10 straight negative runs, whereas he got to the line of scrimmage or lost yardage, and he got hurt last night. That is abysmal. We have no capable quarterback of throwing past not even a yard. We have receivers who are getting paid $25 to $30 million plus, not catching flare routes, not catching screens, Waddle not completing routes. It's getting annoying as a fan. It is getting frustrating as a TV viewer, even as somebody who's just tuning in to watch football. Something needs to be fixed. Something needs to be changed immediately. It needs to happen as quick as tomorrow, because this is ridiculous. You can't produce anything in the run game. You can't produce nothing in the passing game. You have Duke Riley. You have Duke Riley catching a football that's being punted that no Dolphin player was ever around, and he's trying to make a play. Why? There needs to be changes, and it needs to start now. Please, as a concerned as a concerned football fan, as a concerned Miami Dolphin fan for the past 25 years, there needs to be a change now. We're paying too much money across every facet of this team to only have one win, in which we had to come back from, where we're still a stat in the NFL as a team that has never led a second of an NFL game, 4 games in. If that doesn't show that change needs to be made, me and Last Word need to both find a way to get coaching jobs for this NFL organization, and we will do it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it as a fan. I'm tired of it as a football extraordinaire. I'm tired of it. Just period.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what I had to say, man.
My brother, you ain't saying not one thing wrong. I just let me just add a little fuel to the flame. Feel me? I want this to be known. I want everyone to understand how bad it truly is right now. I want everyone to understand this. This is the last this is the last 4 other teams that went the first 4 games into the season without leading one game.
Excuse me.
But at least a second. These are the last 4 teams to do so before the Dolphins did it this past weekend. Past Monday. The 2017 Cleveland Browns, 0-16. The 2012 Kansas City Chiefs, 2-14. The 2005 Houston Texans, 2-14. The 0-1 Detroit Lions, 2-14. What do all these teams have in common? They're all terrible. It's time we come to a realization as a fandom, as a team, as people, whatever terminology you want to use. The team ain't good. I don't care who is going to be taking the snaps at quarterback. And by the way, they already announced that Tyler Huntley will be starting this week against the Patriots. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. At this point, I genuinely don't care. The season is cooked. I don't care when Tua comes back. At this point, why even let him come back? Because as far as I'm concerned, you need to move off of him and everyone else. Listen, it's like I said not last part. It's like what I said in the previous part we had before, bro. If it don't work this year, let it go. What are we competing for? You done gave up all this money for what reason? You have nothing to show for. You have no fruit to your labor. You've given out 200 million to Tua. You gave 100 million to Bradley Chubb. You gave 75 to Ramsey. Not 75. 72. You made him the highest paid NFL corner in history. You made Tyreek Hill. You gave him the most guaranteed money of any 3-year extension we've ever seen in NFL history. You gave Waddle 87 million. You've given out a plethora of checks, and you have nothing to show for it. Nothing. And it's embarrassing because it's like at the end of the day, dog, this team was supposed to be better than this. And they're not even competing. They suck. Like it's not even a matter of them losing in competitive games. They're not competing. They had 77 total yards of offense after one half of football last night. They're 4 of 30 on 3rd and 4th downs this season. It is horrible. Like, at one point, listen, there has to come a point. There has to come a point when Chris Greer just sits back and he tells himself, maybe I'm just not cut out for this shit. Maybe I'm just not good at the job, bro. Like, I know he ain't gonna resign. Ain't no one gonna give up a 6-figure job. But Stephen Ross, listen, I'm not one to complain about owners because you can't do nothing about an owner. An owner is an owner. But Stephen Ross has to look at Chris Greer and just say, this dude ain't got a clue. He just don't know football. I may not know football, but he definitely don't know it. And I hired this dude. So It's time to make a change. And we got a comment here from Non. They got to shut down Phillips for the rest of the season. The season is done. And even if Phillips was played, the season was done, my brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like he ain't. Listen, he got hurt. I understand, but prior to that injury, the man was doing absolutely nothing. And I just said on the last episode, this needs to be his coming out game. I just said that. I just said that on the last episode, bro. Larry can attest to this. I just said on the last episode, if he ever is going to have a marquee game to make an argument for why he needs to get paid, it needs to be this game. And he did nothing with it. For 2 quarters before he got hurt, he did nothing with it.
Facts.
Like it's asinine because I'm tired of hearing about talent people have. I don't care. What is the product on the field? What is he giving you on Sunday? I don't care about his talent. I get it. He's an athlete. He's a great athlete. 6'5", 6'6", 240, 250, can run a 4.6. I don't care. What is he doing on Sunday? I genuinely don't care. And I'm tired of hearing the excuses for him. I'm tired of hearing the excuses for this coach, the team. It's enough is enough. At some point, just blow it up. It ain't worked. The rebuild has failed. It's time for people to accept that and understand that. The rebuild has failed. It's over. Tyreek, my brother, you got your money. If we could get a good pick for you, you gone. Javon Holland, you're a young, good player, man. But if folks call talking about giving us seconds for you, a second rounder, Ace, sorry, my boy, whoever, I don't care. At this point, let it all go. Burn it to the ground. I don't care. Like, you're not winning nothing with these people. You're worse. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's frustrating because it's just frustrating because I hear, like, I was on TikTok yesterday, man. I was on TikTok last night after the game. I had at least 3,000 some people come in and out of TikTok. At one point, I had over 200 viewers, and it was all just people. Majority of them, all of them, but majority of them just berating me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Mike McDaniel just ain't got a quarterback right now. If Tua wasn't hurt, things would be better. Man, let me just give people a little reality check, Larry. Let me just say this because I think people don't understand. For sure. In the Dolphins' last 10 games, Larry, matter of fact, I want you to guess, my brother. What you think the Dolphins' last 10 games? How many games you think they won? Last 10 games.
The last 10 games, I think we won 2 games.
The last 10 games, the Dolphins have won 3 games. They're 3-7.
Okay.
They're 3-7. The last 7 games, they're 1-6.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time span, they average 15 points. That is the 3rd worst in that time span. This isn't just about this season. This isn't just about this quarterback, Tyler Huntley. This is a problem going back to last season. The team ain't been good for 10 straight games. It's asinine, bro, and it's just so frustrating to hear people tell me I'm reacting to what's going on now, and they're not looking at the big picture. The big picture is the offensive line is terrible. You have a GM that literally told you him and his coach laugh about it. They literally told us out his mouth. They laugh about the fact that people are worried about the offensive line when they're not. He told you that. Mike McDaniel has let it be known. He wants his guy at the quarterback. He ain't gonna bring in competition because he don't want to hurt Tua's ego. It's clear as day. You don't need to say it verbatim. There's a reason why guys like Gardner Minshew and Joe Flacco ain't getting called. They ain't get called because they're actually legitimate backups who can push for a starting job. That's why we seen last year the Bengals were competitive with a backup. Joe Flacco still got the Browns to the playoffs last season. We seen this year Malik Willis win 2 games when people said he was unplayable. But for whatever reason, we can't even get a touchdown. Not even a touchdown. with any other quarterback that's not named Tua. But I'm still supposed to have blind faith in this guy, in Mike McDaniel, and Chris Greer, in this team. And to me, it is insanity if they continue this, believing it will work. They, like you had said, my boy, change has to be made. And I told you this before. We went through the drafts together. The past drafts, Greer has been here as the GM. And I want people to remember he's been here longer than just 9 years. He's been with the team for over 20 years as he was the VP of scouting or something like that. My man, it's the first person that needs to be fired is Chris Greer, without a shadow of a doubt. If he's not fired at the very least at the end of this season, I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what else to even talk about. Because I don't get what we're looking at that doesn't scream mediocrity or just downright poverty. Like, this dude doesn't have a clue, man. He doesn't have a clue. It's obvious. It's clear as day. He does not have an idea of what the hell he's doing. I just don't get it, man. I don't understand. But you got anything else you want to add, my boy?
There definitely needs to be a conversation had about at what point do we look at the complete body of work of what we putting out there. Who needs to be out of a job and who needs to be on the hot seat? At this point, there isn't even a hot seat, if we're being honest. There should be either you're here for one more season or you're gone. And how it's looking, there's no facet of this team that looks good anymore. The defense is always on the field, so it's so hard to judge them. But at some point, you gotta sit the fuck down and just say, "Yo, man, I'm like that." We're getting pushed around by the Titans O-line. The linebackers can't tackle.
That's a bad unit. That's a bad unit. I want people to understand that.
Yeah, terrible unit, bro.
It's a bad unit.
Terrible orchestrated unit. We have no depth, no veteran presence. Emmanuel Ogba got released and had to be brought back. There was a reason he's released, but he had to be brought back because Shaquille Barrett had retired for, family reasons. Jalen Phillips, was on the snap count. Now it's looking like he's hurt again. Bradley Chubb still isn't back. We have 2 rookies. One rookie in which you drafted in the first round who a lot of people thought was a tweener type pick. I like the Top Robinson pick, but he's not putting nothing out there on the field.
It makes it worse. It makes it worse when Graham Barton, a guard you could have took there, is playing phenomenal for the Buccaneers. Man, he's changed that entire interior line. It makes it that much worse.
It's crazy, man. At this point, man, it's almost scary to even see what the future holds, man. It's scary, man. It's scary to come out here and to see what we're putting out there and what we're producing on the field right now. And teams figuring us out. Teams legit are lining up and shifting their entire defense to one side of the field, and we still can't produce nothing on the other side. No receivers are getting separation. The tight end's not catching the ball consistently. Jonnu Smith didn't get a catch last night. I didn't see Durham Smythe come out there and get a catch last night. You the guys that's getting the money. Waddle only caught, 3, 4 catches, 5 catches? Tyreek had 4 catches, 5 catches? No other receiver caught a ball, bro. Unless I'm missing something.
Malik Washington caught one late, but that's irrelevant. So,
bro, at some point, something has got to give. And the give that's going to be, it sucks, man. It truly sucks just to be a fan to watch such abysmal play, especially when you've seen what could potentially be of this team, it sucks, man. And when you see, and on that same token that I just gave him a compliment about what you see as the potential, they still, to this day, cannot be a team that's over 500. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. It's truly, truly terrible, bro.
I mean, truth be told, my brother, it's just not a good situation altogether, man. Because you listen, I think people got to understand something. You just gave your quarterback and head coach dynamic both extensions, and there's a legitimate case to be made. You have to move on off both of them next season. Now truth be told, it's looking better to just move off of them instead of trying to figure it out with them. Because listen, Mike McDaniel, listen, I don't care who the hell feels whatever way about what I'm about to say. This dude ain't no damn genius. I'm done. I'm done believing. I never did believe that he was a football genius, but I did had hope that he could eventually become one because I like some of the play designs. I like that he has a good rapport with his players. I thought all those things could work in his favor, but it's been the opposite. It's been the exact opposite. The offense has deteriorated. His relationship with players seem to be melting. You got Tyreek Hill on the sideline, basically throwing a tantrum right behind him. Like there just seems to be no level of control from him. Like it's like they're just playing with a friend. And I get it. At the end of the day, you want to like people you work with. I get it, but he has to still be some kind of authority figure to these guys because at the end of the day, this is a grown man sport. This is a business. We're not here to just be friends and be buddy. No, I need your best version of you out there so I can look good too. This is my job on the line too. So I don't understand why people don't understand that perspective. That yeah, Brian Flores may have been an asshole. Yeah, he may have been too hard on Tua. But that don't mean you come in with the exact opposite and just be soft to the point where players aren't being held accountable. You can't tell me a player is being held accountable when you were the most penalized team in the league by far. By far. It's not even close. All the illegal formations, all the pre-snap penalties, holding, whatever. You're by far the most penalized team in the league on that side of the ball. It's not even close. And then when you look at the rest of the team, bro, when you look at the rest of the team, it's like it's a joke, man. Like it's the special teams is bad. Don't get me started on the special teams, boy, because that shit Duke Riley did last night should have got him cut. He should not be on this team today. He shouldn't be. I don't get it. It's just stuff like that, man. That it just boils my blood, man, because it's like, dog, what are we trying to get better? Are they trying to compete? Like I don't know, man. But my question is, hold on, before we get to the question, let me know I had another no leadership on the team. Yes, it's no leadership, man. It's no leadership.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that there isn't any leadership on this squad, bro. There isn't any leadership on this squad. No veteran. Rio has said send him an invite to the pod.
Yeah, I sent him the link. Let him know I sent him the link. I sent it to him just now. So he just got to join up. That's all. But yeah, man, it's.
Well, what I was saying. Let me backtrack real quick. Yeah, there's no leadership. Like I said earlier, man. There's no leadership. There's no veteran. There's no veteran out there that's hunkering down and saying, "This is what needs to be done, and this is what needs to happen. You need to come do this. You need to come do that." Remember what I said last night. Nobody's getting in their face saying, "Yo, we need to go out there and play football." Nobody is saying that. No one is coming into the quarterback and saying, "Hey man, I need you to hit this throw." Tyreek throwing a tantrum. Go talk to your quarterback. Get on the same page. He's only been here for 2 weeks. If you feel like
not even.
Yeah,
He's been there for a week.
He got signed September 17th. The game was last night. It was September what? 28th, 29th, 30th.
He cleared waivers, but they remember it's like he has to clear waivers first. So he's been practicing for a week officially.
Even so, the little time that he did have with this squad, somebody should have been over there and reassuring, yo, man, just throw me the ball. Throw me the ball.
Right.
When it came crunch time in the 90s and the 80s and Chicago needed a shot, Michael Jordan wasn't hearing none of that other, let's get the offense involved. Give me the ball. Right. When Kobe became Black Mamba with 24, give me the ball. Justin Jefferson told Sam Darnold, told Kirk Cousins, told everyone, yo, just give me the ball. I got you. Right. We need that kind of a player on our squad, not a player who's just going to go behind the coaches, scream and throw his helmet, throw a water bottle, just say, forget it all. We don't need that, man. That's showing people that you can't hold your water. You can't talk to your teammates. Nobody reveres around you. Yeah, it's cool to be around you because you're smiling all the time. You fast. You're making all this money. But when it comes down to the play, and when it comes down to talking to the young, you don't want to show an impression to the young guys like, yeah, this is how you act when you don't get the ball. You're giving diva energy, bro. The defense is giving soft energy. I can just hit you in the mouth. I'm sick of this, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's to say the least, man. It's not a good situation right now, man. It's just not, because you look at everything they got going on, bro. From top to bottom, they go real right here. From top to bottom, it's just not good. What's up, my boy?
Yo.
What's up?
Yo.
Boy, your boy, them boys done gave me switch my days off, boy, so I could join y'all today.
Okay, that's what's up. So, shit, man, we over here just ranting about the game yesterday, man. So, what you got to add, my boy? You got anything you want to say?
Hey, it's crazy, boy. Two things for certain. Two teams look alike right now, and it's them Dolphins and them Noles. I'm having a terrible year. I'm about to get off social media for the year. It's over. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask this. Let me ask this both of y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me just ask y'all this real quick, man. So what's next, man? Like what's like if we was in office, if we was in office, what's next? Like where do you go from here? Like, well, what I'm legitimately asking, like to be more specific, is that even a reason to bring Tua back at this point? Like, let's say theoretically they go 1-5, which is very much so a real possibility at this point. They go 1-5. Do you bring him back? Like, do you really bring him back? Because the game's just gonna get tougher, man.
I wouldn't. All right, you asking me a legit question. Legitimately answering your question. Of course, I'm bringing back my $200+ million quarterback this year. No way in hell I'm treating this year how I've seen the Chargers treat Herbert last year, and just completely sit him and be like, you know what, man, no, get your ass in that gear and come out there and line up on Sundays, bro, and call this goddamn offense that's completely tendered to you. This offense is built around him. This is not the offense, a plug-in offense, I should say. This isn't the plug-in type. This is completely, legitimately Tua Tagovailoa's offense.
Yeah,
because that's what that was the selling point with Mike McDaniel with that Stephen Ross envisioned. Make an offense for this guy.
Yeah.
Or Chris Greer, I should say. Make an offense for this guy. There's no way in hell I'm going to come out here 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, or whatever we may be in the future. And I'm like, you know what? The season dead. He not playing. No. Come out there and play, bro. We paid you all this money in the offseason. You coming out, where's my money to the crowd and the training camp and shit? Just to dive into a defender head first, bro? No, get your ass out there on the field, man. Show me that you was worth this money. It's ridiculous to not play him anymore, in my honest opinion.
Okay. What you say, Rio?
Yeah, bro. It's definitely ridiculous to not play him. He definitely need to get back on that field. I don't care if we won in 88. Yeah, about to go right back on that field and do what you got to do.
Okay. I understand that points, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Me personally, I don't see the reason to play him if you 1-5. The reason why I say that is because I get it. He signed a big contract. You gave him the money. The thing is, the contract not gonna take effect until 2025. So if you go out and you get your guy, let's say for shits and giggles, they go out and they win. Let's give them grace. Let's say they win 2 more games, right? And Tua ain't playing. They win 2 more games. They finish season 3-14. They got a top 3, top 5 pick, right? You're going to take a quarterback. So you take a quarterback, you bringing in a guy who's going to replace Tua, and Tua, knowing how he is and how he operates, they've made it a point of emphasis to not bring in competition. You bring in competition, I don't think he's going to boat well with that, and I think trades are going to be made. He's going to be moved on from. So I don't see the benefit of bringing him back this season. If for one risking him getting injured again, and then at that point he'll be untradeable because no one is going to want to take the money for a quarterback that's going to go be getting $200 million plus dollars in the next year or so, and he can't stay healthy. But you could sell him on being healthy enough now that he had a year off, and you could actually make a move with him because people will understand and see that, they just got another young guy. They're desperate to move off this contract, or you can just straight up release him. Like, you have to look at it from those angles. Now, you can release him either way it go, but you'll have to wait at least 2 years to do so before you can receive like a huge cap hit or like whatever the case may be in terms of the money and the finances. Because I know in 2026 they have an out, but at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, man, I don't see the point of playing him this year just for the sake of being a mediocre team and you're worsening your chances of getting a top end quarterback. Because listen, if you could go get Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, go get them. The Tua Tagovailoa era is over for me. It's over. Like he can't stay on the field. He can't stay healthy. He hasn't been able to play well in big games and big moments and key possessions consistently enough. I just looked at the numbers today. He's 7-14 in games against teams that are playoff teams, and he's 6-13 against games going into this game against a team with a winning record. It's not working. At some point, you have to just move on. And this may be the one drive, the one chance they got. This may be it. Because if you don't draft a young guy this year, you may never have a chance to have this high of a pick again. That's all I'm saying. So I don't see the real beneficiary, the real benefit of playing them. I don't see it. If you start the season 1-5, there's no reason for him to come back. I genuinely believe that.
Man, I get it. I just can't. I can't. Dude, I really can't see us just saying, you know what, F the season. We're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing about it. I can't see us doing that, man.
They're not going to do it because at this point they're playing for jobs. At this point, they're going to bring him back as soon as he possibly can because again they're playing for jobs. But someone with if Stephen Ross was even 70% of the owner we wanted him to be, well, even half the owner we wanted him to be, he would come in and say, "Listen, shut this dude down for the season and let this play out however it plays out. Because y'all created this monster. I'm going to fix it now. Since you can't get it done, I'll find someone else that could get it done. We'll just ride it out. We'll endure the pain this year. But I'm going to go find me a GM that's going to fix this situation because there's talent on the team. It's not like the team is trash. There's talent here. So you just need a GM that could piece together a few more pieces for you, who could go build an offensive line, who could get you receiver depth, who could get you players who aren't injury-prone players across the board that can actually play the entirety of a season. You just need that, and you need a coach that isn't predicated on one offense in particular with one player that can run it. Like we just need someone to come in and actually utilize the talent this team has. Because right now they're not. They're not doing it. They refuse to address the offensive line. It's came and bit them in the ass. They refuse to address the receiver depth. They went out and thought drafting or signing Odell Beckham, who I told y'all on this podcast was not a good signing, that he is at this point is just as good as Cedric Wilson, if not worse. And he hasn't played a snap yet. Like, it don't make sense, man. It's infuriating because it's like they thought they were going to take a step forward, getting older and more injury prone players. Jordan Poyer's hurt, David Long hurt, Teron Armstead, he may come back, Kendall Fuller may come back. It don't matter at this point, man. Like, you let the season go. Like, I know it's going to be frustrating to watch. It's going to be tiring. But if the end goal is Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, I'm here for it. I'm not gonna lie. Because you have to move off Tua at this point. You have to, bro. You have to. He's not going to be your future. And it's just like what Nun said in the comment. No point of playing him. He's not the future. Just try and trade him while he's had some value. Like, I think that's 100% facts. You sit him for the year. You let him get healthy. You tell teams he's healthy. You go past all of the medical tests you need to pass. You make a trade.
For Tua?
Huh?
For Tua?
Yeah, you trade him or cut him. Whichever one.
Bro, let's be real, bro. Who sees value in him trade-wise, bro? Like, what are we really going to be looking at realistically?
Listen, regardless of whatever you receive, you take it. Because at the end of the day, you have nothing else. Like, you don't. That's why I said they should let the season go. Because even though, again, that's frustrating and unrealistic because this team is playing for jobs at this point, at the end of the day, if you can go get a young guy with higher upside, go and get him. And that would create a window, an opportunity for you to trade him because then he'll be seeking a trade and then he'll help you in the process of finding a new destination. I don't know where that is. I don't care where it is. Just figure it out, man. It's been 20 plus years since this team has won a playoff game. Just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, football is not a complicated sport. It's not. I don't know, man. I think they just need to. I think they need to rip the Band-Aid off now, honestly. Like, I don't think anyone's going to get fired mid-season as it stands now. But come the end of this year, Chris Greer, he better be gone. And if he's not, I just don't know what to say at that point. I genuinely just don't know. Because I don't understand how he kept the job this long. nights, man. One of them feelings. But let me ask y'all this: how do y'all feel about Tyler Huntley starting this week? Do y'all think they should have at least considered Tim Boyle?
Nope. Keep my boy in there.
Okay, what you
I
say, Larry?
I ain't gonna hold on. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all like touched on this. I don't want to get too far off the track, but there was a lot of throws he had where he would just simply drop the ball. So I don't really think we should really beat on him. I don't know if y'all were or not, but I
Nah, no
don't
one
think.
really beating on Tim Boyle. Listen,
Nah, I
Tim
ain't
Boyle
talking
is what
about
Tim
Tim
Boyle.
Boy. I'm talking about Tyler Huntley.
Nah, I mean Tyler Huntley. That's what I meant to say. My bad. But
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I know what Tyler Huntley is. He's a pretty decent athlete, good enough athlete. He can run. They didn't really predicate his game last night to that. They
Yep.
ran some draws and stuff like that, but there was no RPOs, there wasn't no rollouts. Like I don't think they really excelled at trying to get him in the best possible
Yeah.
situation. That reflects on coaching, but he did miss throws at the end of the day too. So it's like he's not exempt of blame, but I'm not. He's the least of my worries right now because he's not in the future for this team. I understand that this is a plug and play kind of deal with him. I understand that completely, but at the end of the day, it's just not working, regardless of who's at quarterback. Even when Tua was out there, it was horrible. Like they had pretty much one good drive against the Jags the entire season for this offense, and that was it. The rest of the
Hold
year,
on. So wait, you saying we won't be 3-1 right now?
with who?
With Tua.
No, I think they'll be at best 2-2. I don't think they beat the Seahawks last week with Tua.
I disagree. I think we would have beat them,
I think we beat the Seahawks with Tua.
and we definitely would have beat the Titans as well.
The Titans, I give you. I'm not giving y'all the Seahawks.
Why you not giving us the Seahawks? They barely could score.
Bro, the thing with the Seahawks is y'all gotta understand, bro. It took them a miracle play against the Jaguars, who are on 4, to win the game. Like they were not good against the Jags, and that's with Tua playing. And in the Bills game, when they was
Tua
down
threw
6, huh?
Tua threw for like 3 something that game.
Who cares about the stats, Rio? Bro, come on, let's be real. We watched the game. The man was not good. Let's call a spade a spade. He wasn't
The
good.
defense wasn't good.
Exactly. And they made 2 plays that changed the game. That I would give them that. That's cool. But it came against a team that was on 4 and went for it on our side of the field when they literally had the lead. That's, if anything, the Giants lost the game more than the Dolphins won it. If we're being real, like let's just be honest. Travis Etienne don't fumble. It's a 14-17 game going into the 4th. Let's be honest. So let's not make it seem like the man was playing a savior. He's not. He was absolutely pitiful against the Bills when they was down 5 starters in the defense. On the defense, excuse me. So I'm not of that belief Tua come back and it's going to be better. I'm not of that belief. It'll be slightly better. I give you that. But were they going to beat the Seahawks? No, I don't think that. The Titans, I hope they will be the 0-3 team with their starting quarterback. But I'm not giving y'all the Seahawks. I'm not giving y'all that. He did all right with what he was given on short notice. They didn't play into his strengths. He missed some important throws, though. He talking about Huntley. Yeah, I agree. Huntley missed some throws. But at the end of the day, man, when you only been with a team for a week, I mean, it's hard to build up chemistry with receivers. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the person to make excuses for like chemistry reasons, because football is football to me at the end of the day. But it's different when you've never played your whole career with a guy like Tyreek Hill. You gotta build some kind of rapport, like chemistry, with a receiver like that. Almighty Low says, grab Tannehill. Only chance I got to make a salvageable season is getting a QB who can throw it deep. Man, brother, they could go out and get anyone they want to at this point. The team is cooked. It's done. They get anyone they want. I generally don't give a shit who they get. The team is done. But
Larry,
the office is figured out. I think that's
Yo.
accept the trade.
We can't.
So anything y'all want to add, man? Anything you want to say, Larry?
We're cooked. It's over. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Waiting for the drafts. Hey, what that boy Prime said? He'd love to see his son in Miami.
Yeah, he did name Miami as one of the destinations. He named Miami as one of the destinations. He said he wanted to see his son play because he said he don't want him to go.
He said only 3 teams,
maybe,
like 3-4 teams, I believe, or 3 or 4 cities.
I know he said Las Vegas too. He said the Raiders.
Yeah, he said the Raiders.
I bet you he said LA.
Yeah, he pretty much said like all the like lively sunny cities like Miami, Vegas, LA. He said I forgot the other team. He said one more team, man. I can't
Atlanta?
remember. Nah, it wasn't Atlanta. It was damn, who else was it? I don't forgot. But man, listen, man. The season is done, man. It don't matter. So I think personally, you lick your wounds, you enter the draft, you have a new GM by then, hopefully. Maybe a new coach. You can let the GM decide on the head coach. That's his choice. If you want to keep McDaniel thinking he can make him work, that's on him. But one thing's for sure, he gotta take play calling away from this dude. This dude ain't got a damn clue to how to call plays. His play designs are straight. The play calling is abysmal. It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. Is that something y'all agree with, or
Who need to get the
Mike McDaniel need to relinquish his play calling duties, man. You got somebody in to teach somebody the offense or find a new scheme. I don't know, but something needs to change. There needs to be a complete change at that.
okay? So let me ask you this. Since we saying this need to be a complete change, who do you part from then? Like, let's say the end of the season is today. Who are you moving off of? Coaches, staff, players, whoever. Just name them. Who are you moving off of? You hear me? Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. Chris Greer, for starters, needs to be going first.
Okay.
We need to cut that out. You know, let's not. All right, I'm gonna, because I know you're gonna say that. You know, so I'm not gonna make it the most obvious thing. You know, Chris Greer for sure. I feel like he needs to go first. But my personal first, whatever overhaul of anything, bro, we need to either invest in another quarterback, or we need to invest in an offensive coordinator. And an offensive coordinator who has his own style opposed to what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is figured out. So there needs to be something else that comes in that's not only productive, but something that teams aren't used to or see us doing, while utilizing the same explosive players that we have, the same speed that we have, the same space opening that we have on this squad. Because if the Tennessee Titans are coming out and lining up against you, and completely figuring out what the hell you got going on, there's an issue. If the play caller is a quarterback sweep on 3rd and 11, there's an issue. If a jet sweep is your call on 4th and 2, there's an issue. So it's either he lost his juju, he lost his juice, he lost all senses of the word of football knowledge. It needs to be either addressed in the offensive coordinator, or he needs to understand that he himself is just an offensive coordinator. And we need to figure out what to do moving forward. So other than me saying Chris Greer, because I feel like he's the biggest issue on the team right now, we need to make a change at offensive coordinator, or if Mike McDaniel doesn't want to relinquish his play calling duties, a new head coach, man.
Okay. So you said release will relinquish him of his job duties and him and Greer. So if you, let's say those two leave. All right, Rio, let me ask you, those two leave. Are you moving on from Tua as well?
Yes, for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, give me Cam Ward today.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you said the same thing, Larry?
Oh, if Cam Ward is available and I can move on from Tua?
Hold on. Listen. Let's say you don't have the top pick, because more than likely Cam Ward is going to be a top 3 pick, more than likely. So let's say you don't have a top. Let's say you top 5 and you miss out on Cam Ward, but you still could possibly get Quinn Ewers. You can still possibly get Shedeur Sanders.
I'm
stuff like
Shedeur
that.
Sanders now.
Okay, so you regardless,
if I have all right, let me be real. If I have a top 5 pick, because I'm not a big Quinn Ewers fan. So if I have a top 5 pick,
honest, but yeah.
If I have a top 5 pick and either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders is there up for the taking, Tua,
are you willing to trade up for him?
Trade up for who? Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward?
Yeah, either one of them. Are you willing to trade up for them?
If I'm being honest, I'm not willing to trade up for them. If they fall to me, they fall to me. If they don't, I have to go in a different direction, I feel like.
So what is that direction then?
What is the direction of what the team needs?
Yeah, if you don't grab either one of those quarterbacks, do you still draft a quarterback, or
at that point it would depend on who the quarterback is at that point.
Let's say Carson Beck.
No.
See, all right. I'm not a big Quinn Ewers fan. I just said that, right?
Yeah.
The thing with Carson Beck is that he has the same almost gripe I have about Tua Tagovailoa. It's a very scheme-specific offense that he needs. Now, is that to say that he can't possibly do that here? No. Because he possibly can do that here. But it's like he runs a pro-style offense. We're not a pro-style offense. Now I'm saying this as if Mike McDaniel was still our coach, because he runs something very specific. But Carson Beck isn't the prototypical, I should say, prototypical style quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I don't feel like. Now, to go back to what I trade up for, Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. At this point, I might have to, especially if my top 5 picks the top 5 quarterbacks coming out are like Shedeur, Cam, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck. I don't know if Jackson Dart is coming out of this year from Ole Miss. I don't know if the quarterback
I know the dude from Penn State coming out.
Yeah, I forgot
about
his name.
Miro?
Dan
Miro supposed to be coming out. Jalen Miro, yeah.
Hey, what about Miro?
Miro supposed to be coming out, yeah.
What about him, Larry?
I'm not opposed to Jalen Milroe. What is
But do
he?
you
Is he
think he
going to
comes
give
out
me?
like round 1?
No, I
I
don't think
think
he's
I
a
think
first
I
round
think
quarterback.
he I
I
think
don't
he a
think he
second
do.
round.
I don't think Jalen Miro is a first round quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he come out first round.
If I could
I
find,
think
if I, because it's almost like, because even to you, even last word can attest to this. I said vehemently and repeatedly in the 4th to 6th rounds, if Joe Milton is sitting there, we need to draft him. Am I right or wrong? Let's just throw that out there right now.
yeah, you said that.
To address the insurance portion of our quarterback always being hurt. I said it repeatedly. We need to go out there and draft a quarterback. It doesn't have to be an amazing draft pick. It doesn't have to break the bank. But damn, at least get him in training camp. At least, like, give him a chance. We just went out there and we didn't even draft a quarterback at all. And this is what I feel like was a young guys type of draft at quarterback. These young guys coming out here and they playing well at the quarterback position, man. I really feel like that we could have got a great quarterback in Cam Ward, dude.
Man, the thing is one
I
of
said
the
Cam Ward. I'm sorry, Joe Milton. Joe Milton. I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
know what you meant, bro. But the thing is, to me personally, and I real, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but one of the things I said earlier was I think the reason why they did not go out and get another capable backup or like another quarterback who's someone who could legitimately, arguably push for a starting job is for two main reasons. One, Tua Tagovailoa has a fragile ego. It's obvious. Like we see this and how he's approached, how the team has catered to him, etc. And two, you have a head coach like what Larry alluded to earlier that seems to only be able to run one kind of offense that in particular is catered to one particular quarterback in the entire league. So I'm not sure if they didn't go get the guys because they just wasn't smart enough to do so, or just because they don't feel as if they can plug and play anyone in this offense to the point they have to make it work with Tua. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Nah, Ewers is injury prone. Yeah, he battled injuries right now too. But at the end of the day, Ewers is going to be a top 8 pick without question. So it,
Definitely.
it's going to happen. But me personally, man, if it was up to me, if you're in love with a guy, you could get the guy, go get the guy. Whether you got to trade assets, whether you got to trade draft picks, go get the guy. Like at this point, and that's me operating off the belief that Chris Greer is not here any longer. That you have a new GM calling the shots, making the draft picks. Because there's no way on God's green earth anyone with any sense in that building believes he's going to draft the right pieces this next coming draft with all the draft picks they have. There's no way. Because like I said before, bro, if they move off a tour, which I think they have to at this point, your 2020 draft is one of the worst first round drafts a team has ever had in NFL history. Not just in this team history, NFL history. Is that bad. Because Austin Jackson, you had to move position for him to even be salvageable or playable. Noah Igbenogany, I mean, what are we talking about, bro? Like, and then your first pick, top 5 pick, Tua Tagovailoa, you are moving on from after not even him hitting his first year into an extension you gave him. It's going to go down as probably the worst first round any team has ever had in NFL history. At least one of
Hmm. And guess who we could have drafted before that guy?
them. Yeah, it could have took Herbert. It could have took Herbert.
Man.
But hey, man, they got a chance to right all the wrongs by taking another guy and getting another GM in the door with possibly another head coach and making it work with another young guy. Because I just don't see how in the world you think you could build a successful team out of this, what you have right now in this situation. But all right, so we at the hour mark, man. Before we go, Rio, it's been a while since you've been on the show, but boy, so we do a new thing. I did on the show. We give hot takes. Like, you got any hot takes you want to share? I don't know if he know. He does.
Share hot takes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It could be about
Hot
any
take.
team, any player.
Hot take. That boy Rio coming in, saving the day at quarterback for the Dolphins. God damn it.
God damn it! At this point, we got to.
Larry go to tight end. You know what time it is. Corner routes in the goal line.
At this point, we got to, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, hot take though. Hey, Derrick Henry and the Ravens, they looking good, boy. Them boys steamrolled them Bills, boy. That look nasty.
Yeah. It
That
was.
look nasty. I like how they looking. Who else looking good right now? Did the Steelers lose?
The
The
Vikings
Steelers
look.
lost.
The Vikings
The
look.
I was just about to say
right
the
now.
Minnesota Vikings. They
Yeah,
look
yeah.
crazy right
Boy.
now.
The Vikings looking tough right now.
Like Sam Darnold got 11 touchdowns on the year already.
Yeah,
Yep.
like 3-4 picks, I think.
Yeah, he got three picks.
Them boy bamboozled. They bamboozled me the other week with that. They first dub, boy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Or was that Vegas? Stay tuned to find out.
And their defense is good too, though. That's the thing. Flores over there building a good unit. I think they the third ranked defense in the league right now, or something like that.
Damn.
And don't that look crazy that Brian Flores is over there being successful as a
Flores.
defensive coordinator? And
Yeah, man, but it's like I said before, I think some guys are just better coordinators, bro. I don't think Flores.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree 1,000% with that. Yes.
Boo. Hot take. That's a hot take for you.
I mean, listen, I told y'all how I felt about Mike, man. I didn't hold any bones about it, bro. He, at the end of the day, bro, it's on him to prove it wrong, man, because it's not working. And he has yet to make any kind of adjustments to make it work. It's on him. Like, there's nothing else to even say. He got to make it work. But that'll be it for the show, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in always, man. Appreciate the guys who came in, comments, showing love. You know, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I'm everywhere, man. Last Word Productions. So if you're not already doing so, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell alert whenever we go live and be notified. Anything y'all boys on the app before we go?
Dolphins figure that shit out.
Jalen Wright. Send them, Larry.
I can't right now.
That'll be it for us, man. We out.
Yes, sir.
Yo.